It's possible.
Anything is possible.
It's possible, man. Sky's the limit.
It's possible.
Even though I'm sick, I go anyway, you. To knock down you, but to get back up you. All I'm trying to say is I want to meet the awesome you.
Be awesome.
You know you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, you.
Be awesome.
Love beareth all things, believes all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things.
How we gonna change the world?
Wow.
How we gonna change where the babies?
Love's the answer.
How we gonna make?
He says, I can't deny, I wanna die. I can't lie, so preacher, tell me why I shouldn't wanna die.
Okay, Mr. Jones, whoever you may be, to not live is to disrespect and reject the whole reason Christ came. He said, I came that you might have life and have that more abundantly.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be separate, saith the Lord. The problem is separate never meant above, better than, or condescending.
Thank you. I've got to testify.
I'm grateful.
I've got to testify.
You're faithful.
I've got to testify.
More than able.
I've got to testify.
That's right. Right. That's right. What's going on, everybody? Look, this is Greg from Dope Living TV. I got my little brother Ben Cherry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are celebrating tonight. We are celebrating the release of a fantastic, inspirational piece of work, man.
Yeah. I'm proud, man. I'm proud to be a part of this this launch party, man. You know, we got some fantastic individuals that was part of this, man, and we're gonna introduce them in a minute. You know what I mean? But just to be a part of this energy, man, it's phenomenal, man. And I'm just glad I got my fingerprint on that somewhere, man. And with you, you know, you're a man, the myth, the legend himself, man. What's up to you, G. Gray?
I would do nothing without my little brother Benjamin Cherry up in this.
That is true. Yeah, I'm joking, man.
Absolutely true.
You my guy, man.
I tried to grow a beard for the occasion. You know, sometimes like a chia pet, man. We water ourselves and it grows like that, but you got it, bro.
Stay in your lane, man. I got this.
I'm staying.
You get the DJ, man. You get the DJ in the videoing. Hey, man, listen. Tell the people, man, what we got in store for them, man, with these two guys that we gonna bring on, man.
Look, again, we got legends. We got legends in the house, okay? We got Pastor Richard Wilford, all right? And everybody from Northwest Indiana all across the globe basically knows his story, they think.
Yeah. This guy, man, let me tell you, I had the privilege, man, of walking with him through quite a few years of my life. You know what I mean? And seeing how strong and resilient this guy is, I can't do anything but personally grow from it, because he's gone through, you know, the Phoenix, you know, rising through the fire, you know, coming up even stronger. It's like this guy's like a freaking robot in my eyes. He just keeps coming with one hit, one project greater than the next. I mean, man, it's just remarkable to be in his presence, man, and to pair up with, and I don't want to mention the other guy till we bring him on, but to pair up with that super beast, man, my dog, I almost slipped and said his name. Oh man, it's like dynamic duo, man. It's just remarkable, man, to be that close to him, man, working on this project.
It is, man, and anybody who knows both of those guys, they know what they've done as a whole in their careers, man. All right, and it's amazing again, and I feel the same with you that you do, that to be sitting here, to be producing this piece right here, because this piece right here is going to go a long way. Number one, I feel, and number two, it's going to touch everyone, not just one. It's going to touch everyone because there's an inspirational message involved, not only in the product, right, but the messenger.
Yeah, and that's the key thing right there. You know, just seeing kind of this. I think this launch right here will give you an opportunity, give the viewer an opportunity to go behind the scenes and see the inner workings on the person and the minds and the heart that created such a product, man. And that's what I believe will be totally inspiring and motivating to a lot of people that's tuned in right now. Can't wait. I can't wait to get them on, man, to start sharing their parts, man, sharing their hearts and why and how they were able to pull something off like this, man. That's what I want to know. How you do it?
It's kind of hard not to tell their stories, being involved, as closely involved as we were with them, not just this project, but beforehand. It's kind of hard not to spill the beans, because I want them to say it themselves. You know what I mean? Right. But you know what? I could tell you this. You know, I support. I love these brothers, man, and they have actually been in my life for quite some time. Whether we see each other or whether we don't see each other, man, there's inspiration is felt. Period. Okay, as well as my little brother. Now, and I got to say this too, and I said this last night when we were talking. All right, being on the phone with you 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. People don't believe that, but 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. And we talk like, you know, we talk business, but we talk like, you know, we ain't never left the 9 to 5 show. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's one of the key things in life, man. Connecting with people that's positive, that continue to push you to grow. That's what, for me, man, that's what life is about. You know what I mean? Connecting with individuals like that, man. And iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? So when the opportunity presented itself to me to sit in this square right here, man, with you and Rick and the other surprise gentleman that we're gonna bring on, it's like, bro, it's like Timberland, Pharrell. You got the greats in one room. You know something powerful is gonna come up out of it, man. And that's what I honestly feel in my heart, man, with this project right here. Just being connected. You know what I mean? It can't be anything but great.
And as I listen to it, man, and I listen to how they put it together, the structure. Oh my God, the structure was just tremendous. Okay, so I'll shout out to the individual that isn't just yet. All right, and thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, you are not going to regret this. Okay, because it's something that needs to be seen. It's something that you need to take advantage of. Actually, okay.
Yeah. And I think they're going to drop some gems because, like you said, it's more than just the product that's being produced. It's the mind and the heart behind it that help, you know, bring it to fruition. That's what I want and hope that people take away the message behind the messenger.
Absolutely. Okay. Support the project, but also, you know, pray that the success of it stems more to inspiring the heart. You know, it's not about the money. It's not about the project. Actually, it is really about the purpose that he's done this for. The purpose.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Man, I'm trying not to say too much, Ben.
Man, let's let them say it, brother.
Want to do it? Okay, man.
Listen, this is my guy, man. A lot of folks, you may know him. If you don't know him, we're gonna reintroduce to some and introduce to others. My man, Mr. Producer Extraordinaire, Mr. Pharis Evans. Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up,
going on, brother?
Yes.
What's happening, man? Both of you guys, what's going on?
Man, welcome, man. Welcome, brother.
Well, I know what's going on. What's going on is this Richard Wilford project, man, Purposeful Experiences, man. And I'm glad that you guys are a part of this, man. Since I've really been watching you, when you hung out with Richard, you know, just being by his side, man, as relates to Angelo, man, leaving us, man, you've just been a gentleman and a scholar and a funny guy and good people and all of that. And Greg, Greg, I set my eyes on Greg's expertise years ago, man, at Channel 18 in Gary, man. And he's just that dude. He's been that dude and he still is that dude, man. So I'm glad to be with two dudes who are
Pharis, listen, so the people at home can know, Greg used to have this dancing show. He was like the first Soul Train. Soul Train stole the idea from him.
Is that right?
Pharis was a dancer with a big curl. We got pictures.
Oh, you mean Greg was a dancer with a big curve.
You.
You never was a dancer.
Got you.
Never was a dancer.
Man.
Hey, so everybody can get this. If you go to my page, you go to Pharis's. What's the page you go to, Pharis?
Audio Art.
Audio Art.
My personal page is Pharis Evans Jr.
Okay, we're trying to get people to, because according to someone, they're not knowing where to go to get this. So if you go,
wait a minute, are you speaking of this live or the project?
The live.
This live, you can go to my page. I put it on my page. Go to Pharis Evans Jr.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone's looking or anybody knows somebody that's trying to get there, I just put it up there. You can go to StreamYard.com. You can go to anybody's page on here. Click the link because it's running live right now on all of our pages. Click the link and you'll be there. You'll be able to see it. So, or you can watch it on our page. But we got a lot in store for you guys. So keep it up. Just keep watching, share it, tell everybody to check it out, and we're gonna do some things tonight.
Hey, I got a question for Mr. Pharis.
Yes, sir.
All right, now listen. You have a record label. Can you explain to the people what this record label is and how did it come about?
Okay. This is the second record label. The first record label is Fountain of Life Records, and that really caters to gospel, inspirational music. But this label, in which you're speaking of, it is Audio Art. And Audio Art was a phrase that I made up in my mind. Now, I've discovered there is a company entitled Audio Art, but I didn't know that. So since I didn't get it from anyone, and it's just a phrase that I made up to really explain how I feel music should be seen, not just heard. So Audio Art is the label. And I appreciate you asking this question. Let me just pause and say, there's very few, if any, interviews or questions that I don't know that's coming my way. Yeah. So none of these questions I have any idea of, but Audio Art is a label that I really set up to help release music that is just uncut, authentic, uncut. It's not so organized based on how the industry feel it should be. I just want people to be able to express themselves with no boundaries. And my man tonight that we're celebrating, he is the quintessential model for audio art, because, and we'll get into this later, you all have asked and some others have asked, how did this even come about? And it was just organic. So my man, Rich, is the ideal artist for audio art, because I don't even know how to explain this body of work. It's genre-less, if you will. So audio art also is, and I really let God lead my heart on this, it's a label that really gives opportunity, man. And I really want to help people who need help. If they got their mind right, and if they got their heart right with appreciation, and they're willing to just service themselves and service others. But you know, all the pieces have to come together. Right. That is, that's what audio art is about. It's music that you can visualize, man.
I'm sorry, I'm doing some behind the scenes stuff over here.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
So that's what this project is on, and I'm happy that this really is the first project released on audio art media.
Pharis, you've been around for a minute, man. Okay.
Okay.
And I say that in the most gratifying way, man. You've been around for a minute. You want to tell the people, man, what your evolution is, what you've come from and where you are right now.
I'll try to make it real short, man. I was designed to do this. And I really had to understand that I was designed to do this when I really understood that I was assigned to do ministry. Music, man, has been in my veins. It's been in my family. Man, I started out, man, with like a little tape recorder, the kinds that the deacons would bring to church. And I would bring the drums home from church and I would play and record it on the little tape recorder, take that tape out and put it in the big system, and then play the drums back while I play some type of keyboard. I could play like 2 notes or whatever. And I kept repeating the process until I built the track. And that's really how I started, man. But I didn't know what a producer was when I first started producing. I was just creating music, and I've never been one, man, to follow some sort of industry say so. I just went with what sounded good or what I thought was truthfully expressive, you know, in the art form of music, man. So that's how I started, and then God has blessed me to go on and write for other people, and work with some major people, and so on and so forth, man.
And you're taking all of that right now and just bundled it up and just pow, got it right now into the Richard Wilford project.
Though every track on Wilford's project, we recorded that session in 26. I think Angelo passed away in 2016, and he and I got together in 2016, and it was just organic. It wasn't planned. It just happened. And every track in 2016 that I did was just tracks that I had that dated all the way back to like 2001. They were just tracks from 2001 to like 2010, something like that. And I would, you know, we came together, and I knew that he wrote blogs, and it's just hard to explain how it happened. It wasn't planned. And what we did was we fused his messages in the music, and we got this. And I've never done a project like this ever, man, ever.
So Ben, what do you think, man? Is it time to bring the man of the hour on?
Man, listen, I think it's time to bring this superstar, super resilient individual from Gary, Indiana, just like us all, man. Hey, Gary, Indiana is a great place to live. It toughens your spirit. It makes you conquer anything that's in front of you. Awesome. And he is a picture perfect example of a phoenix. I say it's time to bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Richard Wilford, who I call Rick Will.
Rick Will.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, good people?
Hey man, we salute you right now, brother. We salute. We salute you.
Yes, sir.
The CD is great. Hey, but you guys need to go to the site. Tell them the site and pick this up. Okay, it is fantastic. It's something that you need to hear. Let's put it like that.
They could go to audioart.media. Audioart.media. Now, I understand that people have accounts with different digital outlets. If that's where you want to go, go ahead. It's everywhere. We're just directing you in the path of audioart.media. But whatever your preferred digital outlet is, do your thing. I don't want to force you. I just want to direct you. Audioart.media.
So Pharis is very nice. I want to force you. Go to hey, we want you to buy this thing from audioart.media because all the proceeds stay right there with the individuals that did the work. If you go anywhere else, the big companies, they split them ends, and they didn't do none of the work, and they don't care about it. Those individuals right there that you looking at in your screen right there, they care about you. They produce this for you to help you in your weakest hour. That's where it needs to go. So go to audioart.media. That's where you go. That's how you can truly support them, man. Listen, we got these two gentlemen right here, man. Hey, Pharis, I want to ask you, you got to promise to be truthful about it, man. Tell me, listen, it couldn't have been just easy, y'all walking into the studio, getting in the sound booth, and then that's it, man. I want to hear about that pressure that y'all was feeling, man. When I know you had to bump heads. You got this project done that's going to help so many people, man. I want to hear about some of the headache and obstacles that you guys overcame to get this product off the ground.
Man, that's a great
question. Listen, you get ready to start crying.
No, it's a great question. I honestly, I want to answer it in this wise. Out of all of my loved ones, now I'm gonna go to the project, but out of all of my loved ones that I work with in life, there's only one brother that we've never really bumped heads, and that's me and my man Tough. But out of all of the artists that I've worked with, well, no, that's not. I'll just put it this way. Rich and I never bumped heads. Not one time, man. We had so much fun. So in the same manner, I never bumped heads with Tough. I never bumped heads with Rich in the studio. And as far as getting over the obstacles, I really believe that God purposed us to come together following Angelo's passing, because I believe this was therapeutic for Rich. It was not planned, and that's another reason we can't explain the project. This is the only project that I've ever done that was not planned. We didn't know what to expect, and Rich would come by, it seems like every day. But anyway, man, let me shut up and fall back. I wanted to ask you a question, man. But there were no obstacles. We did cry though.
Yeah,
we comforted each other. And you know, man, some days we'd just go eat. Some days we didn't work. There's no hour on the clock that we did not come together to work. It just happened, man.
That's phenomenal, man. That is phenomenal. Rick, this question right here, man, I want as much authenticity behind this answer that you're gonna provide, man. You've gone through, so much, man, that if somebody really sat down and talked to you, they would think that it was scripted for a movie. They would say, this couldn't have all happened to this guy right here.
Right.
In the midst of this fire, man, in the midst of the turmoil, you were producing books. You had never written a book before. I remember you calling me and you were stressing out with the editor and they wanted, more money, and they weren't doing, providing you the work. It was just a lot of headache with that, but you had this message on your heart to share. My question to you is, when you were going through all of that pain, man, all of that pain with Angelo in the hospital, fighting for his life, you were still able to produce. How were you able to dig deep and find the momentum to say, I'm going to give this to other people to help them in their darkest time?
Oh, man.
And this is just a book.
I would say great question, man. Thank all of you all right early. I want to thank everybody for jumping on and sharing with us and supporting. There's no claim to fame with me. Somebody said, man, you are so strong. I'm like, no, not so. And they said, people's perception of you, that they think you're great and blah, blah, blah. It's none of that, man. You just go through. The one thing I know that is that when you can't go any further, God carries you. And I think there was enough things going on that just kept us focused enough. Me and Angelo came up with, while he was living, a simple motto. We said, you cannot control what happens to you, but you do always possess the power to control how you respond. And so, first of all, before he took off, I was able to live that with him. The status quo was, if you're sick with cancer, The biggest question is, how long do I have to live? And you're supposed to get into bed and wait until your time to come, and that's over and be sick. But so we switched the whole thing. We didn't do any of that. That's when he found out he had cancer, is when we started jumping out of planes, traveling, Vegas, zip lining. We did it all then, is my point. And so for me, it was the very same thing. I knew what everybody said that I was supposed to do, and had a real pass from people to quit and give up, throwing the towel. But because I lived it with him, this idea of, if you possess the power to control how you're going to respond. And the way I wanted to respond, man, is I come from a dude. I just left him at the cemetery, man. This dude hit it. He lived it. We lived it together, man. And I watched him with cancer and all of these things. I watched him still go visit, still go make speeches, still write, still video, he never stopped going, to the point where I used to say all the time that the hospice people used to come to our house, and I used to just lean over. I didn't open the door. I just lean over the balcony and say, he's not here, because he was gone, man. He was either in his car at the mall, hanging out with his friends, or he's down in Indianapolis trying to give gift cards to cancer patients and cancer people. So for me, the answer to me is because I watched him do it, and I walked with him while we did it together. It made me a believer, man, that through it all, you just keep going. And as I've always said try to say to everybody, don't celebrate the death, celebrate the life. And
Right.
One of the books I wrote about living without a limp, I think the key in that whole book is live your life in a way that brings honor to your loved one. And so, man, even when I feel like quitting, my goal is, how do I bring honor to Angelo's name? How do I bring it? Let me show it to you. How to bring honor to his name. So much so to the point when people interview you and ask you a question, now you can talk about him. And today is my day when I can talk about him, because it is his life that I celebrate. And because he lived, man, I'm going to live. I'm going to do it till the wheels fall off, bro. I'm going to give it my all. And I don't have to buy into that status quo of give up and quit and die. And I want to bring honor to his life. So everything I do has been a tribute and an honor to bring honor to his life, and to inspire people who've been through loss, man, that you can do it, man. You can keep going. So this is just a testament of all of that.
Speaking of your books, how many books did you write during Angelo's battle with cancer? How many books did you produce?
None.
Okay.
Right, any of them. And I didn't write anything, and I'll tell you why. Because I wanted to be present in the room with him. I never wrote anything. Let me not say it that way. I never wrote anything for publication while I was in the room with him, because I wanted to be present with him. Then there came times where I had a lot of times when I was sitting in the room by myself, because of sleeping 23 out of 24 hours and stuff like that. So I began to write and reach out to other people. So that's kind of how the radio show, as well as the book, started like that. Yeah.
And then the CD. How did the CD come into the picture?
I can tell you.
What made you say it's time for a CD?
What happened? I'm gonna tell you how it happened. One day I had an idea. I called Pharis at 9 o'clock in the morning. I said, I got an idea for a song. He said, come to the studio. He didn't argue or say. He said, come to the studio at 6. And by 9 o'clock, we had a song done. And from that day forward, because of his ability to see what was going on, and his gift that he has to help develop and shape who or whatever it is, man, he just took me on that journey, man, and he just gave me a platform and ability to be able to create and to contribute to what he already had, man. And it just took off from that. We never had a bad day, man. I was blown away, man, just to watch him work. To see, I always call him. He doesn't accept it, but I always tell him, man, you're a musical genius, because I saw him work for myself.
I have a question.
Genius.
What was the song? Did we ever do the song? The idea you I don't even remember that, man.
The first song we did was Anything Is Possible.
I'm talking,
but
so
that was not the idea. I think the original idea I had was what we did on Reasons, with collaboration with the pastors.
Okay.
We started with that idea, but then we ended up with Be Awesome, and I think anything's possible.
Okay.
And that's a good segue into the first song. I want to hear some music.
Let's do it, bro.
Why not do that song?
I think we should do It's Possible. What do you think, Ben?
Let's make it happen. I think it's possible.
I think it's possible. So everybody just check this out. And normally, if I was doing my show, because this is Music Friday anyway, but this is a special Friday. I just want to say, man, when y'all hear this, everybody go. It's scrolling right on the bottom. audioart.media. Y'all go there and y'all purchase this just because of this song.
Go to the store.
Go to the store, like Pharis said. Here it is. This is possible, everybody. Check this out.
Oh, you never know. You never know the possibility.
Oh, yeah. I love it. It's possible.
Anything is possible.
It's possible, man. Sky's the limit.
It's possible.
You want it, you can have it.
Anything is possible.
We just stop by to inspire you today. Whoever you may
It's
be.
possible.
It's possible. Any or everything is possible. In this life, God gives you dreams for one reason and one reason alone, to let you know it's possible. That's why every now and then you have what's called a deja vu. You find yourself in a place that you've never been before, but you are convinced you've been here before. You have. It's in your dreams. You know this place. How? Because the drapes and carpet of your dreams match the carpet and drapes of your reality. It's in your dreams, my brother, my sister, the place of possibilities. But you have to believe in yourself. Not only must you believe in yourself, but I contend you must believe in yourself long before others recognize your gifts and abilities within you.
Anything is possible.
Hey, I ain't tripping. I just want to encourage somebody today.
It's possible.
Not trying to look down on anybody. But trying to lift you up, my brother.
Anything is possible.
It's within you. You can do it.
It's possible.
You, man.
You ought to believe it's possible. Number one, some people will never recognize the greatness in you. They're either too busy, predisposed, preoccupied, or overwhelmed with their own life to pay attention to what God is doing in your life. Number two, some people will never recognize the greatness in you because they'll be too angry, too jealous, too envious, too intimidated, too insecure to even admit it. Number three, fuel your own fire. The source that fuels your fire can never reside in other people. The fuel of motivation that others provide will never be consistent or available enough for you to bank on or depend on. Fuel your own fire. Number four, never wait for others to ignite, validate, motivate, activate, or give you permission to operate in the greatness that God placed in you. My brother, my sister, believe it, receive it, because I come to tell you, it's possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Man, this is not a song, it's a message.
It's possible.
Somebody out there, it's possible.
Anything is
It's
possible.
within you. You got to dig deep, look inwardly, and pull it out of
It's
you.
possible.
Because it's possible. It's possible.
Possible.
If it can happen for anybody else, it can happen for you.
Possible.
Come on, Angelo, tell your story.
Hello, everybody. My name is Richard Wilford. I'm 20 years old. I've had my spleen removed, my gallbladder removed.
Anything is possible.
Over 60 plus blood transfusions, bone marrow biopsies,
It's possible.
spinal tap, stem cell transplant.
Anything is possible.
God's been good. God's been good.
It's possible.
Oh, you never know. You never know the possibility.
It is possible.
I have the expectation that God's going to do it for me. Not only do I have an expectation that God's going to do it, but I am preparing for God to do it.
Like Angelo said,
I'm going to participate in the process because I believe that He's going to do it for me.
whatever it may be, It's possible for the words that Angelo said. And if it's possible for me, it is possible for you. Possible. It is possible. It is possible.
That's that cut right there, man.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. All right, now listen, we gave y'all a treat with the long version. Any other songs that we play, we're just gonna give you a snippet.
Not
So
gonna
go. Hey, go to the website, it's scrolling below. audioart.media. Audioart.media is where you can go to get not only this track but all the other tracks. You know what I mean? We just wanted to give you a treat with the first one. You know what I mean? The extended play, but the other ones is just gonna be a lit sound bite, just about 30 seconds or so. So just hold on, and you got an option to own the whole tracks and play it as long as you want. Go to that website right now, baby. That boy Rick Will, good job, man. Good job, Pharis.
And let me say,
Pharis, I heard you on that, man. I heard that.
wherever you be.
Yeah, go ahead, boy.
I was gonna say, man, I think the purpose, I think the original goal that we tried to run the line between all of the songs and the music was we wanted to have great music and a great message. A lot of nowadays you got great music, bad lyrics. We wanted to do a great message because I'm a preacher. I've been a preacher all my life, so it's always we wanted to do a great message. Good
job, man.
And then to hear Angelo to add Angelo to it, man. You know, man, what amazing, man. I almost start crying again. I'm trying to hold back, man. But thank you so much, and thank you, Pharis, man. Anything is possible, man. If I've learned anything about this journey, is anything is possible. You just have to remove the limitations off yourself. Thank you so much, Shanta, for purchasing. And when you purchase, please just type in and add that you purchase it. And thank you so much. All right, bro.
Good, man. Good. And that's a good thing, man, when you can share your heart and your passion to the world, because it's cemented forever. You know what I mean? Digital products is like forever. That's your signature, man. And you guys did a remarkable job, because like you said, you can put any message out there and it not be a good message and it be cemented. You know, we hear a lot of music that's out there that's degrading women and it doesn't do anything when it comes to feeding the soul. You know what I mean? But it's out there forever. But for you guys to put something out there, man, is just remarkable, because I promise you, you may not see the people that or ever meet the people that this will impact. But I promise you, because Rick, you and I, we would have conversations, man. I remember early on, you know, I would just bust up over your house because life was just not, I wasn't winning, you know, and you'd have those conversations with me. So people don't have that luxury to reach out to you or to drop by or have your number to you or Pharis. But this type of project that you guys created, you've made it accessible. You've extended your heart and your spirit to be accessible 24/7, man. And that is a remarkable feat, man. That is remarkable, man. So I commend you guys. Great job.
Also, man, I want to say this too. It's like a lot of people don't, maybe not. People from Northwest Indiana and around where you came from, they know you're a pastor and this and that, but a lot of people may not know that you are a pastor. And just because you are doing music, because some people get it twisted. Just because you're doing music does not mean that you don't have to be inspirational as well. All right. So you're taking the pastorage, I'll call it. Is that a word, Ben? Pastorage?
You can make it. I like that.
I'm going to do that. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to send that in right now. You're taking the pastorage, okay, and you're putting it to music. Has it been done before? Yes. Has it been done like this before by somebody who has gone through something? I don't think it's been quite done like this.
Mm-hmm. And let me just tell you another reason why. It's two reasons why I was interested in music as well as in blogging, is because it gave me the freedom to operate outside of just simply the pulpit, because only in the pulpit you reach a certain amount of people. Only people in the pulpit you reach the people that sit in front of the pulpit and can hear the message. But to reach the world, I never forget, one of my members said, "Why do you go to Barnes & Noble instead of the Christian bookstore?" I said, "Because I want to reach the world, not just the church." And so you got to get outside of that. And that's why these avenues became, open invitation for us, in books as well as in music. And here's a message, and people love music, man. Everybody loves music. Music is the central thing, the glue that keeps this world together. And so if we got a message to it, I mean, I just thank God for that opportunity, man.
And you've been so open. You know what I mean? That's another thing that's so great. You've been open. You've been very transparent as far as your journey, as far as your triumphs, as far as your tragedies. You've been very, very, very transparent, and you've shared it with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
I keep looking down at my phone because I keep getting notifications. I want to thank all of you all for purchasing, because Greg, Ben, Rich, they are purchasing, man. And I have a good problem that's oxymoronic, but I just want to give it to everybody.
We didn't want to do that.
Yeah, man, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm really happy for Rich. I'm really, really happy. They want to hear, as far as the text that I received, maybe they're scared to put it up there, but they want to hear some more, man. They want to hear some more music.
We got you. What do you want to hear, Rich?
Give me a little piece.
What do you want to hear? Rich, we're gonna let you pick this. I picked one.
You got one? Which one?
I did. That was mine. It's possible it was mine.
All right, I tell you what, let's do "Be Awesome," man. And that was that was very monumental. Our first one together, man. But it was an inspirational song to tell people to be your best and be awesome wherever you go. Be your best wherever you go. Be awesome, man.
Let's do it. Let's be awesome. Hey, look, audioart.media is where you can get this, all right? And if you guys want to come on for a second and say something to Richard or Pharis or Ben, not me, get on here. Get on here and do your thing. Okay, here's Be Awesome. Let's check it out. No, for real, here it is. My fault. I'm going to do this over.
I want to meet you. I want to meet the you inside of you. The you inside of you that will not be denied. The overlooked you, the disrespected you. The you inside of you. The overcomer you. The refuse to quit you. The in spite of you. The against all odds you. The even though I'm sick, I go anyway you. The knock down you, but the get back up you. All I'm trying to say is I want to meet the awesome.
Be awesome.
You know you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, you.
Be awesome.
You're fearfully and wonderfully made.
You're awesome.
Make no mistakes.
Be awesome.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Be awesome.
Come on. Come on, man. Y'all better stop, man. Quit.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Oh man. That's cool, man. Y'all got some hot tracks there, man. And that message, like I said, it'll reach anybody, brother.
Oh yeah.
It'll reach anybody, man. Good job, man. Hey, I got a question. I got a question for both of you, Rick and Pharis. And either one of you can jump in. Question is this: when you're taking on a project like this, especially when you're dealing with a God-led project, right? When you're following the Spirit, there's something that happens to the individual that's carrying that particular task. There's a change. There's some type of growth or benefit that you get from that. My question is, what did you learn about yourselves personally with taking on this task?
Me first? I tell you, one thing I learned is you got to let go and let God. Too many times we sabotage the whole thing trying to figure out what the end game is going to look like. Instead of, the one thing about Pharis I could tell you, he'll take you slow enough that you can't put the pieces together and predict how it's going to turn out. I'll tell you one sweet story we had. We were working, and then he'd say, "Rich, we ain't working today. Let's go do something else." And we went and got a big old donut burger as big as the plate. And then I never forget, we were at a 4th of July. I'm telling you, we were at a 4th of July party, picnic. And Pharis eased over me. He said, Rich, ride with me. And I said, okay. I jumped in the car. We went to the studio. He turned all the studio on stuff, and he said, let's record. It taught me, man, that because I wanted to drive. And he was like, no, sometimes it's better to do things. No, I won't say sometimes. It's better to do things when you're freely led by the Spirit to do things than it'll come. The outcome would be so much better than if you try to force an outcome. And so many of us try to force outcomes instead of allowing the flow of it to happen. And I learned that. That's one thing I learned with him, man. I try to carry that on even in my own life now. I never really record live, when I'm up in the mornings unless I really feel led to. So I learned that from him.
Pharis, what about you? What have you learned personally with taking on this project?
The trueness of organic. I do things in many ways that some people that I work with, that I communicate with in and out of the studio, music and non-music, they may get me, they may not get me. But to me, it makes all the sense in the world, not because I'm what he said, a genius. It's just when it comes to music and when it comes to life, some things can be really planned, but some things are just organic, man. It happens without planning. And sometimes with certain artists, man, I don't like for them to think too much. Because if you think, then it's coming from here. But just be led here. If that's how you see it, then do it. Tough, who I spoke of, he gave me a very major compliment because I don't know music theory. I'm every bit of Nick Cannon on drumline. I was the drum captain, but I don't know how to read music. My drum teacher knew that I was faking reading it, but I was playing what it was supposed to be. Well, I said that to say, Tough told me, I used to beat myself up and people would make fun of me because, well, musicians, like really keyboard players, I only knew how to play in 1.5 keys, but I make it do what it make it do. If I got to transpose, if I got to play 2 notes at a time, I've grown, but I'll make it do what it'll do. Every track on there, I did. But I didn't do it from thinking. I did it this is how it feels. And Tough told me, he said, man, don't beat yourself up because you don't know theory. If it sounds good to you, go with it. He says theory will teach you that you're not supposed to play that way or you're not supposed to follow that with this. He say, but if it sounds good to you, do it. Thus, we have audio art. There's no confines, man. Do what you do. I don't care even if it's down to dressing, man. Somebody told me, man, you dress like you from East Coast. I don't know what that meant. Just because I had on some basketball shorts and some boots, I wasn't trying to dress East Coast. That's just what I felt. And as a preacher and as a pastor, of course we're led by God, but God knew who he called. He knew who he assigned. And in as much as we're trusting God, God is trusting us to be us, the best us that we could be. So I don't go by the status quo, man. And working with Richard Wilford, he don't go by the status quo. And so we meshed like that, man. We meshed. So what I got out of it most is just being truly organic, man. Just however it happens and however it comes out. And every song you hear. I don't remember what I didn't remember Rich told me he had an idea. I didn't remember that. I don't know from my own big head mind how we wound up doing it. I just know my man was at the lab every day, like watching me work and and other folk work turned into his work. But but none of it ended up being work. It all ended up being pleasure, man. And when I had my small stroke, Rich was right there with me, man. He walked in there with me, and when it was time for me to come out, he walked out with me, man. So it's like, whoa, man, this thing is more than music. When it comes to Richard Wilford and this project, we just jail, man, in music and out of music, man.
So
You know, Pharis, we got somebody audience right now.
Say what now?
Got somebody in the audience want to come in and say hi, yo.
Hey, let's do it, man.
Got Dr. Joy Lynn here. Dr. Joy Lynn, say hey to everybody.
Well, good evening.
That's my soulmate there.
How are you?
Good, Jory. Good. Love you, girl.
So I love you too. You know, me and June go way back.
Horseman.
To Band-Aid.
That's right.
Acting a fool, and it's something to say about a pure spirit. June has always had a pure spirit. The rest of us, not so much. But you know how you say you got a praying grandmother? We had a praying classmate. And it was a few of them. And so, June, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. And I love you. And I know Ben. Hey, Ben.
What's up?
And I know Richard. Hey, Richard.
What's up?
You know what? Before Jory get off here, there was something about my classmates. They showed love in a way that they didn't know. Like, they really didn't let me hang with them when they did stuff we shouldn't have done. It was like they looked out in that way from their heart, whether they did it intentionally. And I'm going to tell you, Jory, I'll never forget just the spirit you had. And I love the spirit you have now. It's a positive crazy, and I love it. It's a fun crazy, and I love it.
I try. I just, you know what? At this point, it's all about uplift. It is something to be said to be over 50 right now. I mean, for not just us, but us as a community to make it to 25, to make it to 30. It is just something to be said about that. And the world is changing so much that you just don't have room for any negative energy. You can't press forward with it. You can't. You know, when I was younger, I would let stuff consume me. I mean, literally to the point where I would like sit up and think about vindictive ways to get people back.
Wow.
And you know, at some point, you just have to just let that go. And I have gotten the doors, as they say, the melodies from heaven rain down. They come so much easier if you just do the right thing. It's so easy to do the right thing. Doing the wrong thing takes planning.
That's right.
It's so easier to live right. So I just want to get on here. Richard, I followed your journey for a very long time. Very long time. And I remember inboxing you a couple of times like, you okay? You know, but followed your journey. It's inspiring. I don't believe that I would have the strength that you have. No way. I don't know where you pull that from. I don't know how you manifest it every day. I don't even know how you get out the bed every day.
Well, I tell you what, I think it's God that does it, and we tried to put all of that into the album, and we tried to choose every scenario that we thought that really could connect. We have a song called Reasons. I'm not sure if you listened to it yet, but we talked about reasons why people should live. So we tried to address this issue of suicide The beauty of it is we connected, we collaborated with 4 different pastors: Bishop Dwayne Coleman, Pastor Roosevelt Bradley, Bishop Tavis Grant,
Leon Roberts and Blake's.
Right, Bishop Blake's and Bishop Sion Roberts. And we came up with a collaboration, and we addressed this issue called for suicide. Can you play that, Greg?
I can play whatever you want me to play.
Thank you so much, Dr. George. Thank you so much. Love you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you so
What
much.
was the name? Which one was that you said?
Reasons. Reasons to live.
I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to come in here and just tell you guys I love you. June, we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Oh.
You know, you be on the move. If we don't come over down there to Clark Road, we don't get to see you.
Hey, I will do better. I will do better.
That's all I ask. That's all I
will do
ask.
better.
Okay. Love you guys.
Thank you, Corey.
See you, Greg. Thanks.
Hey, Greg, before you play Reasons, bro, this is one, Ben, this tune is one, I want to give it all to them.
Okay.
Because what Wilford did was he took scenarios and let me just say some of the credit he's given me. Yeah, I did all the music, but it was really following the leading of the Spirit, because all of the tracks marry the messages. And Wilford had various scenarios. At first, I didn't know where he was going. At first, it was just obscure. But shortly after, okay, I see where he's going. And either he chose the right track for his right message, or vice versa. I don't know. And let me retract. If Ben say cut it off, then we're going to cut it off, because Ben is on here to serve and protect.
Absolutely. But I gotta say this. I gotta say
the whole thing, man, because the whole thing will make the whole thing make sense. I'm sorry, go ahead, Greg.
Okay, I gotta say this, but I got 16 tracks here and I don't see that one.
Yeah, Reasons.
Reasons, man.
I don't see it.
Oh, you gotta see that one.
Hey, while he's looking for reasons,
I can see that one.
Hey, let me ask you another question.
It's on the CD.
I got 16 tracks here.
Reasons is there, Doc.
Read them all. Read the names, man, quickly as you can.
Hey, Greg.
Yes, sir.
While you scanning all those tracks, because they calling you crazy or blind, I'm gonna shoot him a question. All right.
Please do.
All right. So he's gonna scan the tracks and he's gonna detail the list that he has. Pharis, Rick, I want you to tell me this. With working with other greats, there's a certain apprehension that may come along with that, because the strong alpha male, or that person that's great in their own right, they don't want to bring anything less than perfect to the table. They don't want to be that weak link, or again, not be as great as they can. What did you guys see in each other that the other person was able to bring out or push to the next level of greatness?
You know what? Let me. I really want to honor Rich. You go ahead, Rich. Go ahead, man. It's
my answer will be shorter than Pharis's, I'm sure. But let me tell you the truth. My pastor said it this way. Pastor Raymond McDonald, the late Raymond McDonald. He said simply, I can help you because I'm not intimidated by you. There's nothing you can do that intimidates me, and so I can help you. People cannot help you. If they are jealous and envious of you, they can't help you. The thing about Pharis is, you could talk about alpha males. Real men stand on their own 2 feet, and they're never intimidated. Matter of fact, they move. I was going to say they simply move like eagles. I'm over here, you over here. We ain't all in each other's face. And so when it comes together, nobody's intimidated. Nobody tries to overstep in each other. You just look for the groove where you can kind of collaborate together. And I think reasons is amazing because I've never seen it where you got 4 bishops, 5 pastors. Me and Pharis, they make six pastors together on one track. It's the beauty of the Spirit and collaboration to deliver one message that I'm sure Greg has found by now.
Absolutely not. The first one is It's Possible. The second one is Blog, Pay That Bill. The third one is Be Awesome. The fourth one is Love. The fifth one is Blog. What Does Your Lot Look Like? Number 8, Vindicate. Number 9, Misery. Number 10, Blog, Discovering. Number 11, Testify, Prelude. Number 12, Testify. Number 13, Don't Complain. Number 14, All Right. Number 15, Make Up Your Mind. And number 16, Angelo's Outro. That's all I have.
I just emailed you reasons.
Okay. Reasons. The reasons that we.
I know he had it. Just in your email.
Just emailing.
You got it?
One thing I don't do is lie.
We got to track about that.
Not this week. But I got it right here. Now, y'all want to play?
Please.
Let me download it. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
These are some reasons for you to live. These are some reasons for you to live and not die. These are some reasons for you to live. These are some reasons for you to live your life.
Mr. Jones on the phone. He lost his wife 2 years. He's all alone. Big house, no kids. He's by himself. Dark, cold house, but he's got his wealth. I got no reason to live, that's what he says. I can't deny, I want to die. I can't lie, so preacher, tell me why I shouldn't want to die.
Okay, Mr. Jones, whoever you may be, to not live is to disrespect and reject the whole reason Christ came. He said, I came that you might have life and have that more abundantly. I'm telling you, you've got more than what you think you have. You've got abundant life, and those are my reasons for you to live.
These are some reasons for you to live. These are some reasons for you to live and not die. These are some reasons for you to live. These are some reasons for you to live your life.
Anonymous gangster caller from the hood. I took somebody's life and it don't feel good. Nightmares and dreams, they haunt my life. Right now in my hand, I got a knife. Voices and whispers in my head, telling me that I'm better off dead. Preacher, 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 won't you help me out? I'm in a dark tunnel and there's no way out.
Help me, preacher. First of all, who is this?
This is Dre.
Listen, Dre. Life is worth living, regardless to the mistakes that you have made. Remember this one thing. We all have made some mistakes, but listen, this is one mistake you don't have to make. So drop the knife, unload the gun, and ask God for forgiveness, and He will remove the guilt and the shame. Now listen, man, after you have surrendered to God, surrender yourself to the authority, and watch God work it out for you. Man, there's no need for you to throw your life away. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. That's too much to live for.
Guess who I just found in the bed? My sweet loving wife and my neighbor named Fred. I'm sorry, forgive me, baby, 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 please. Look at this sorry pleading on her knees. Baby, lit 20 years I gave my life. I stuck with you through the pain and the strife. Call the police, they better wear their vests. Somebody got to come and clean up the mess. They're gonna feel the pain of my shotgun blast. You better say something, preacher, better say it fast.
My brother, step back and take your life back. She didn't make you, he didn't make you, and you got choices. You can make a turn, time to make a move, and do what's right for you. It ain't worth it Take your life to another level and let the devil know you're here to stay. These are the reasons to live for another day, my brother.
These are some reasons for you to live. These are some reasons for you to live your life.
I'm a liar, a cheater, full of sin. I love to get high and I love to drink gin. If your God's so real, then brother, let me see. Why would your Jesus love a like me? You always wonder why I never come and praise. I'm sick of your lies and hypocritical ways. You got to find fault, just leave me alone. I guess I got to find my way to God on my own.
Why would Jesus love a like you? I'm trying to figure out why he would love a like me. Honestly, I know it's hard to understand or believe it, but he put his love out there, so just receive it. See, from what I understand, God is love, and I guess love just does what love does. Now, the church is full of that did what you do, and some still doing it. Lying, sinning, drinking, man, that ain't nothing new. God's been forgiving folks for that stuff before you even found out how to do it. Ain't nothing too hard for God. No drink, no drug, no trigger, no bullet can separate you from the love of God. See, I'm like Paul, I'm persuaded that neither death, nor life, no angels, no principalities, no powers, no things to come, no height, no depth, no any other creature shall be able to separate you.
I'm 32 and I don't feel great. Out of wedlock, 3 babies overweight. Sitting here staring at a bottle of pills. Nobody to talk to about how I feel. He won't touch me but says mean things. Things are getting heated and I'm feeling extreme. Nobody to love or even call my friend. Maybe my life is better off if it ends. The first thing you need to understand is your life doesn't belong to you. You were made with a purpose and a plan. Everything about you is in the Lord's hand. He made you. He designed you. He fashioned you. You were in his mind before the foundations of the world. His hand has been on you since you were just a little girl. Girl, get up and shake yourself. Don't let anybody define you. Now that him that you're living with, I know you think you can't live without it, but I say you shouldn't live with it. In fact, anybody that doesn't add to your life is subtracted from your life. Because anybody who has the power to define you has the power to confine you. Girl, don't you know you can live without anybody but God? Pick yourself up. Put a smile on your face. No more pity parties. No more sympathy sessions. You are God's bride.
Reasons for you.
Reasons that we're here is to lovingly remind you that God loves you. And regardless of what you go through, I don't care how tough it is, God can see you through. He's given you a reason to live.
Okay.
Wow.
Man.
And I gotta apologize because I was looking and everybody was in the inbox saying number 6. I don't have number 6 and number 7, okay? And that's probably because it didn't download correctly. So don't ask me for number 7.
What's number 7? Do you have Vindicate Me?
You're going to ask me the question. Let's see.
Hey, man, well, listen, man.
Yeah, I got Vindicate. I do have Vindicate.
Okay.
Hey, wait. I don't want to skip to the next track, man, without talking about this fire you just dropped, bro.
Exactly.
Let's talk about it, baby.
Listen, man. This is. I hope y'all understand,
Talk
man.
about it, baby.
You probably do, man. This is more than just some words behind a dope beat. This is gonna reach and connect with some folks because you never know where somebody is at that weak moment where they can make a decision so quick that alters their whole life. You see what I'm saying? And that's the music, that track right there, man, has some real life stories up in there. And if it catches that right person at that right time, man, it can get them to think. It can make them pause, you know, and give some type of resolve, man. So that right there, man, that's a pretty cool song, man. And I want to ask you this: how did you guys, well, Rick, since you're the songwriter, how did you come up or select the lyrics to say these lyrics right here is going to be on the album? Because I know you're a writer, you write all the time. I know you probably got 3, 4, 5 albums in your heart right now. How did you pick those lyrics to say this is what will be on the album?
What would go totally on the album selection?
Yeah, this first album. Why and how did you pick those lyrics?
I think they were, and I hate to use words everybody else used, but I think they just organically developed themselves. And after it was all over, one by one, we just did one by one. And after it was over, we looked up and we had so many tracks. As a matter of fact, we were working on some other stuff just to add it. So, this came together like that. And, for me, man, I don't know how that is for everyone. I still have not been able to take in the whole project, listen to from beginning to end. I'm always stopping and I go back. And so I've yet to take the whole, because it's an experience, man. It's not just, I told Pharis, I said, we were supposed to do some plain Jane, one little bit. We were supposed to do some little, but man, we got real experiences, man. And so I just really hope that it ministers to a lot of people, man.
You got a somebody that's from New Zealand over here that wants to come in, Barry McCock. I can't even say his last name, McCock Center. Do you all want to get him on here?
We want everybody that want to come in, and I just emailed track 7.
Okay, so let's bring Barry on. Barry, be nice. How you doing, Barry? All right, so there we go.
This reminds me of
screen them calls.
Oh, I got this.
This reminds me.
You got to screen them calls.
It was a live show that we had, and we would get some fools calling, man. We had to be quick on that dial, man. Hey, Pharis, a quick question for both of you guys. Both you and Rich, you guys are pastors, right? Your style is not contemporary. You're like preachers beyond the pews. You go against the grain. This is this question that I'm going to ask you is for those entrepreneurs who want to set out and do their thing, but their family or close people in their circle is pushing them back. Question to you, because you're so different in your message and the way that you deliver it, how do you deal with your contemporaries who may look down on you and say, hey, this is the tradition of how to deliver the message behind this pulpit at a church on a Sunday? That's it. And what you guys are doing, paving this route and reaching the people that you reach. How do you deal with that opposition and still being able to have that passion in your heart and not let it douse the flame? How do you deal with it?
Okay, I think Dave Chappelle said it best. You got to know the edge. I'm my daddy's child, Richard Wilford's child. My father's always had one foot out. We've never been able to be single file with everybody. It's always been, we got one foot out, or we see things differently. And so I think it's just a matter of recognizing that you don't see things like everybody else. Not that we don't understand unity, not that we don't understand uniformity. We understand discipline. I've been a military man all my life. I know esprit de corps, I know teamwork, I know uniformity, all of us wearing the same color, doing the same thing. But I think you have to recognize how you see things and chase after that, because I think fulfillment comes in chasing after everything that God has placed in you and called you to do. That is where you get fulfillment, in chasing after that and robbing yourself of that to just be a part of the group. You're going to die inwardly. That's my short answer to that, man. And so I thank God that I took the leap and jumped off the ledge.
For me, I just keep it real with me. I've learned how to do that in music here recently. My latest release is entitled "A Different Me, Same God." So I want to stick a pin there and go back. I grew up in a Baptist church, but I still hung out with other denomination musicians. So I never cared to be in a box. And I saw music all sort of ways, man. From Reverend James Cleveland to Earth, Wind and Fire, to Toto, to Doobie Brothers, to Patrice Rushen, to George Clinton, Funkadelic. So I was never in a box as far as my thinking and as far as my trueness to music. So coming from there, answering your question more in a more emphatic manner, I had to first free myself from the confines of what people expected, because my last name is Evans, and Clay Evans is my uncle, and he's a traditional music based preacher, as well as my church. But that's not all I wrote. That's not only what I liked. Now, I love traditional. I love contemporary. Man, I was commissioned. I was the Winans. I was that, you know. Yeah. I wasn't just community choirs. So my community choir friends, they weren't really into commission and the Clark sisters. And my contemporary friends, they weren't really into Reverend James Cleveland and the Caravans and, you know, what have you. Well, now I'm at a point, especially pastoring, I'm not really tuned into what my peers think, because they didn't design me or assign me, and I have to be real. There are people that I'm really cool with. They may not understand the Richard Wilford project, and that's okay. But I don't have a style as a writer or as a producer. I don't want to be able to be like, okay, that's his style. I don't want a style. I don't want to be in a box. So the same people who were here, I want to say thank you, would never imagine I did the track for reasons. So I'm not stuck there. I love gospel music, but just like y'all don't have a gospel job, just like everybody in my church don't go to the gospel meal and the gospel hospital, and they don't play gospel sports. I do music, and it lands how it lands, and it lands for whatever artist it can land for. I love gospel music, but if I could get on that Disney and Nashville train, man, as a producer, I want to do it all. And working with Wilford, we meshed because he's not in a box and I'm not in a box. So we married well, man.
Awesome, man.
Hey, let me explain the reason why I didn't have to fight to get out of the boxes, because I wasn't raised in church. So because I was never raised in church, there was a whole lot of stuff I didn't know. As a matter of fact, when I first started, just to show you how much I didn't know, when I was first pastoring my church, I didn't know what the little box up front at offering time was for. I had to ask somebody. I was pastoring and didn't know what the little box was for. And not only that, I didn't know what the little holes in the back of the pews were for. I just sit back there and stick my fingers in them. I didn't know what those holes were for. So for me to say that I was not bound, I met music long before I was saved. So I knew Earth, Wind, and Fire, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan. I knew everybody. I knew the whole gamut of music. I was introduced long before I got in church. I knew that God was real before I got in church, and the sweetest people I've met long before I got in church. So I didn't have those limitations. So and I maintain those freedoms as well. And I may walk the line a bit edgy here and there for some, but I still find my peace with God, man. And I just love to be able to stretch out and be used by God. And you can reach many more people, man, than being stiff and forcing people to just do it one way. So, I thank God for that, man.
Hey, fellas, I've seen one person put up, and this is love. They've already bought the project and they have their choice of songs that they still want to hear, even though they could play it themselves. I saw somebody put up The Walls, and then a text about Vindicate. So I'm just the messenger, letting y'all know what they want to hear. And we can't play it all, but we can play a little bit of it, you all.
Can we do vindicate and then close the walls? I think walls is so.
Whatever you
I think
want, brother.
walls is. Let's do vindicate, and let me tell you what it's about. Vindicate. Vindicate means, by definition, is God clear you of the charges. So many times as believers, we are blamed, lied on. People spread rumors on us. People talk about us, and that weighs heavy on us a lot. But thank God, you don't have to take matters in your own hand, because you should know that God will vindicate you. And that's what this message is about, being vindicated. I think it's a real message. Make up your mind.
They're getting a little mad right now.
Make
We're
up your
gonna
mind.
do these snippets, man. We're gonna do these snippets real quick. All right, 30 seconds to each one that we can. All right, and we're gonna go from there. But everybody, we thank you guys for tuning in. Number one, we thank you guys for going to the site audioart.media, purchasing the CD. You will not regret it. It's very inspirational. All right, let's go to Vindicate right now. Get a little piece of that. Boy, I got to do this right. I got to learn.
Here's the rabbit hole. The other day I was in the barber shop and I was introduced to someone who I'd never met before. The strangest part about us being introduced was in shaking their hand, the person looked at me as if they already knew me. They did. Someone had negatively briefed them with false information about who I was. What's sad about this is I am meeting someone for the first time and they had already drawn conclusions about me without even knowing me. Maybe I'm tripping. Is it my personal reservation or insecurity that was speaking to me? Nope. The words that sealed the deal were, "Oh, I heard about you." What was I to do? What was I to say? There's a yearning temptation in all of our hearts to attempt to undo what has already been done. I wanted to erase the unfair painting that someone had already erected on the billboard of life in my dishonor. The lie that someone has interjected.
You hate to turn this down, okay? Y'all got to go buy this. Y'all got to hear them yourselves.
That's dope, man.
We only got a few minutes.
That's dope. Dope, man. Listen, you guys are rocking this, man, and you can feel the passion and the heart behind this project. Rick, as an artist, what do you hope that people would take away from this project?
One thing and one thing alone. Anything is possible. God can do anything. I continue to say that you have to take the limitations off yourself. You're going to be so mad. I've been saying it. You're going to be so mad when you recognize that it's in you already. You just hadn't believed it yourself. You allow other people to talk you out of it and kill your spirit. But you have to believe it. Anything is possible, man. You have to go for it. I'm 54. You got to go for it. If not, you're going to regret it.
Got a special guest for you right here. Bring her on. Bring her out. Yes.
Bring them on.
Everybody say hey to Jameer Steele.
Jameer, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
What up?
Pharis, Ben.
Hey, girl. It's been a while.
I know. And my very good friend and brother, Richard Wilford. I am so proud of you. Anything you touch turns to gold. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of Pharis and everything that he's doing and the new label and the whole purpose behind it. And it's just wonderful and heartwarming to hear the story, everything that has been put into this and the real meaning of it. And I believe that it is going to really go far and reach people and touch people and find people, meet them right where they are. So just from the little bit that I've heard, I just believe that you're going to reach a lot of people that other artists may not be able to reach. So I am so thankful for what you're doing and thankful to God for what he's doing in your life. I'm proud of you. And I wish you nothing but blessings. Nothing but blessings.
Thank you so much.
And I have purchased it, and I am. If you do a giveaway, Inspired Soul will sponsor that giveaway, and I believe this needs to be in the hands of more people. And there are people who may not be in a place where they can purchase it right now. So if you want to be a blessing to people, I will certainly sponsor that endeavor.
God is dope.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Thank you for
Thanks so
having me
much.
on.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
Good job. Appreciate you. That's love, man.
Yeah, that's love.
Show enough is.
It's a lot of love. Everybody that has purchased the project, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Hey, Pharis, real quick, man. Speaking of giveaways, since Rick is your first artist on your label, right?
On Audio Art, yes.
Audio Art, right? Now, is it some behind the scenes or some extra something you can give the people, man? Like some bonus tracks or something like that? What you got in the bag, man?
By all means, well, out of any of the songs, we can make them, we can flip them and remix them and give them different raw versions of it. There's still some things on, I wouldn't say the cutting room floor, but there's some things that we haven't completed yet. But sure, man, there's some things we can give them. We just need to come up with who we're gonna give it to.
You got any tracks, man, with just the acapella version and anything like that, man? What can you surprise the folks with?
Here's what I'll do. I have the names of everyone who purchased something from audioart.media, and I want to give them the Be Awesome maxi single. That's an acapella version as well as a solo version. So it's Rich without the backgrounds, just Rich and the music.
Oh boy.
There's a version where it's just Rich and the background. So I don't want anybody to buy the Be Awesome maxi single. I have each and every email and each and every name of who bought it, and it'll be theirs.
Wow. Man, that's dope, man. Good.
Beautiful,
good. That's cool, man.
Hey, can we do make up your mind? Can we do a piece of that and then close with the walls? Because I think the one about the walls is so amazing because it was almost prophetic. And it was Pharis's idea about coming up with a song that inspired the church to get outside of the four walls. And sure enough, now we're living in a day where because God did put everybody out the building. So and then I want to do it well because Sky's on the track. So you can hear Angelo on about 3 or 4 of the tracks, I think, and Sky's on the track as well. But Make Up Your Mind is about making up your mind and not being indecisive and making up your mind. God will get it to you quicker when you make up your mind.
You know what?
How many seconds you want to play?
Before you play Make Up Your Mind, Ben, Make Up Your Mind was a song that wasn't finished. I had just sang a melody, and I didn't. It's like, man, I gotta finish this, you know. And so I did more, and then I didn't like the more, and I went back to just the demo track. So on Make Up Your Mind, that's a demo vocal that I decided to keep instead of full-blown harmonies.
All right,
let's get it. Make Up Your Mind, number 15. If you got this CD already, let's make up your mind.
Make up your mind. Do you have trouble making up your mind? Does it take you forever to make decisions? Where to go, when to leave, what to wear or what to do, what to read, when to go, who to go with, how long I should stay. In restaurants, are you the last one to make the order? You don't know what to eat, what to drink, what to cook, what to bake, what to fry. Do you have trouble making up your mind? In relationships, you don't know who to go with. You like this one and then you don't. You love him, but then you don't. Do you have trouble making up your mind? In politics, you don't know
In current events, you don't know. Social events, moral issues, sports. You don't know who to cheer for or to vote for. You need to make up your mind. This song is for you today. Mr. Indecisive, Miss Indecisive. You're not hot or cold. You're not on or off. You're not in or out. You're not with us or against us. You're not black or white. You're not Republican or Democrat. You don't know what you are. If you're married or single, you don't know if you're Pepsi or Coke. You need to make up your mind. Either you're with us or against us. You're for us or you're not with us. Make up your mind.
You don't know if you're Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah, that's gonna ruffle some feathers right there.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got to get that track so you can hear Pharis say, "You got to be up your mind. This is your time." Man,
Yeah,
amazing, man. Make up your mind.
Those words, man, they are speaking to the heart, man. And a lot of people don't understand this, that indecisive position that you carry on or that you hold, that's a trick of Satan, because it gets you confused and it stops you from moving forward and keeps you in the life that you desire to get away from. That is a trick. Make up your mind. I love that, man. How did you come up with those lyrics?
It's actually a sermon I preached. It started from a message that I preached about make up your mind, in terms of the children of Israel, when he said, "Choose ye this day whom you'll serve," to the children of Israel. And it said they answered him not a word. They didn't make up their mind. No answer is still an answer. So you have to make up your mind.
Mm-hmm. Make up your mind. I love that track, man. Remember, you can get the whole album, that track, at audioart.media. Audioart.media. Get over there right now. Support this brothers. Hey, man, they doing a fantastic job, man. Hey, I love that one, man. That one right there, I like that one.
And the support is tremendous. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. We appreciate everybody going to audioart.media. It's really something that's going to touch your hearts, man. So just go get it. Just go get it. What was that other one? The walls?
Yes. It speaks about we have to get out of the four walls of the church. You can't expect the world to give love when the world has not received love. Only by receiving the true love of God can we give it away. So many times church folks act like, believers act like, we're surprised that people that don't know God don't share and give love. But how can they if they've never received it? It's ours. If you receive the life-giving love of God, then it's up to us to give it away. You can't, if you're going to melt cold ice, it has to be with something warm, and the love of God can melt a cold heart. So make up your, get outside of the four walls of the church. The people are outside the building, not the end. We made the church into a doggone country club. Well, God kicked us all out, so God booted us all out. So thank God for the prophecy of Pharis Evans Jr.
We're playing the walls. Make up your mind, Richard Wilford. Make up your mind. How long you want to play this?
Play it. Can you go halfway down there? Because sky's on the end. Sky's on the end, man. I think it's just so amazing to hear. That just makes me cry when I hear her voice, because Pharis allowed her an opportunity to come in and share as well. And so I think for a kid, and this whole she's here with me this week, man, for one reason. We have to tell these kids, you can do it. It's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. We got to open these doors for these young people to help them believe that it's possible. And if we can do it, they can do it, man. And so to be able to put her in the studio, give her headphones and mic and let her talk. And now her name is on an album, man. That's amazing to me. I think we just got to do it.
Let's sit back and relax. So let's check out the walls with feature artist Sky. Let's go.
Come out of the four walls. Come out of the four walls. Come out of the four walls and reach them all. Come out of the four walls. Come out of the four walls. Come out of the four walls. Let's reach them all.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be separate, saith the Lord. The problem is separate never meant above, better than, or condescending. The church has become a great gathering place, a happy coming together of people who share the same deliverance, hope, and faith, who talk the same talk, the same walk, love, and embrace one another. It has become a safe haven, a place of refuge and security, a place away from the corruption, sin, and shame of the world. The church has become a country club, a privately owned establishment with an exclusive membership. Attendance is only by invitation or sponsorship. Only members have access to both a variety of recreational sports and facilities, dining and entertainment. But somehow we've shut the world out. The four walls that were erected to designate a place that our God would show up has now become the four walls where we keep people out. The church ought to be a hospital, a place where sick and injured people go to receive care and treatment.
Come out of them walls.
We need to leave the four walls.
Come out of them church walls.
We need to get from behind the pulpit.
Come out of them walls.
We need to leave our suits and ties behind.
Come out from them.
We need to leave our holier than thou attitudes behind.
Come out from them.
How can we be so comfortable knowing that God saved us and there are others who need salvation? How can we sit and receive God's blessings and yet feel no conviction about those who are lost in this world? How can we reach those outside the church if we only stay in the church? We gotta get out. Outside these walls. We're running out of time. Time is running up. Come on out of the church. Come on. I'm begging. We need to leave the four walls and go outside the four walls and reach those who need God, who need a change, who need deliverance, who need direction. We need to leave the four walls. We need to bring those out inside the four walls to really make a difference.
Dear church, my name is Kelly and I am 8 years old. I live down the street from you. On the weekend, I like to play outside and ride my bike. When I ride past the church, I can hear music and the choir singing. I asked my dad if he would take me to church, but he just says he doesn't know anybody in there. He just hangs out on the corner of the church with his friends. I think they do bad things when they were out there on the corner. Do you think someone can come out of the church and talk to my dad and his friends? I really think that he needs to be in church. He needs to be in church. I didn't have a stamp, so I put it in your mailbox.
Man. Wow. Hey, go get the album. Go get the album. AudioArt.media. Support this brother. Listen to these words, man. They are definitely inspiring and uplifting, man. Another one outside of the park, man. Good job, guys. Awesome.
It's full. It's full. You know, it has filled me up, you know. So hey man, look, and I'm a hard sell.
Yeah.
After listening to it, for real, after listening to it last night, this morning, on the way in, and now, man, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, man. Appreciate you guys for putting that out there. Okay. Look, y'all support this. AudioArt.media. Go. And hey man, it was good to hear Sky on there as well.
Oh, yeah. Man. Did you pay her, bro? She did a great job. Hey, okay, now his audio is off.
Yeah, he was mute.
Right. Oh, I'm still paying. I paid in my own way. I'm still paying. But what was amazing about her, and it's the same thing about Pharis has a daughter too, man. And it's just amazing for our kids to see us. Well, let me say it this way: Ben has a daughter as well, and all of our daughters are somewhere around that same age that we are fathers. And Greg, I'm not sure if you got kids now, but
got a
point
son.
is, okay, he's got a son, but so we all have children that watch us, man. And I heard Jim Carrey said, and he killed me. He said his father, who was a comedian, he said his father chose a safe career to take care of his children. And he said after 16 or so years, his father was fired from that safe job, and they all had to live in a van. He said so he started investing in Jim Carrey as the comedian. He said my desire, I'm going to go after it. He says because you could get fired from a job you hate anyway. So if you're going to get fired, you might as well do it doing something you love, man. And so I think as our children, I think it's important that we find what we're supposed to do and do it, that our children will see us not choosing safe stuff, but going after and following our dreams and our desires, man. When I check out, man, I really hope my children see Sky has every book I have, every piece of music I have. I'm trying to write a book with her right now so that she will see that it's possible, man. You know, that's our job. The kicking, I couldn't teach Angelo how to do basketball as a pro. I couldn't open the door for him to be pro football. But I watched him one day, he got up to speak. And I watched him and I said, he watched me do that. And so however we can influence these kids, man, it's our job, man. And I'm just honored to do it. That's why I brought her. I wanted her to see the whole thing, how it works.
This is definitely how it works, man. And that in itself is inspirational for you, just putting her in there and for her to see the progress of her father. Because, you know, not only did you lose a son, but she lost a brother. All right. She's had a lot to go through as well. And man, you know, just for you being the person that you are and helping her to get through that and to continue, it's amazing, man. And it's all in this CD.
Can I tell y'all, we went to the gravesite earlier today, and I just knew I had to be the strong man for Sky. And I'm like, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna be there for him. Come on, let's go see your brother, blah, blah, blah. And when I got there, man, all I know, I was in the grass, face down in the grass, and she was encouraging me. So, and then she said to me, she said, Dad, I never saw you cry before. What better, you know what I mean? They have to see, you know, and you can't, you know, this thing about do as I say, not as I do. I think they have to see it, man, and they have to see the human side of us as well, you know. So I'm just praying that she sees all that, man, and Rochelle and Tiara as well. So thank God for them as well. So, man, I love you guys, man. I thank you so much for this whole thing. This has truly been a real experience. And thank you for everybody who's tuned in, purchased, tuned in, prayed for, watched, supported us. There's some amazing people who helped us to get here, to be in this place to do this. I always want to thank Ben. Thank you, Pharis, for everything. I love you, man. These are my brothers. Thank you, Greg. Greg willfully joined and agreed to do this, and he wouldn't take anything for it. So I think it's worthy of saying that Greg is amazing, man. And the reason why he's blessed is because he doesn't have a closed hand. And when you have a closed hand, nothing can go out of your hand, but can't nothing else go in it. But when you open your hand, God's free-flowing blessings can flow right through it. So thank you, Greg. I love you too, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man.
Awesome, man.
You guys are the greatest, man. Look, we want to thank everybody that's, and they're still chiming in. Everybody that tuned in to watch. This was an event, but you know, this is history. This is just fantastic. It's history, and God has allowed us to be here to celebrate you, brother. And it's been a great celebration.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so
much. So Pharis and Rick, what do you guys? What's the next step or next thing or next project for both of you guys? What's next?
Mine is shorter. I got a book in the Harper now called The Inside the Mind of a Serial Thinker, and so I'm looking to publish that within the next couple of months. And and I hope Pharis will work with me again in the future, man, because I loved working with him and how he's helped to shape, make, and mold me. And I really appreciate him and his gift, man. And thank God for him. Thank God for his father, Pastor Pharis Evans. And I saw Nicole on the whole Evans family, Clark Road. All of our churches, man, just thank for the church community for supporting us, you know, and them hood cats. Thank you. Thank you, people. We love them all, man. Thank you so much.
Cool. Pharis, what's next for the record label, man?
For the label, We have some other artists. A young brother that's been by my side. His name is Marcus Hefner. He go by the name of Hef. And then I have two other brothers, man. J Maul and J Remy is hip hop rap. So we're going to be releasing them as far as audio artists concerned. For myself, I have a journal series that I have not promoted yet. And I'm not one to journal, but I am now. It's about 12 or 13 different journals. It's the PEJ journal series. And then I have, along with the team, an online radio station. It's 3 stations. It's called Charisma Radio. And there's WPEJ, which caters, well, I won't say caters, which plays gospel music. Then you have WJUN, which it caters to neo soul. And then you have WLBE in honor of my brother, God rest his soul, Lester Bernard Evans, that plays a more adult contemporary R&B. So those are the 2 things I point out, and I'm trying to hurry up so my answer can be shorter than Rich's answer.
Hey man, listen, those are some great projects, man. And one thing about grinders and go-getters, they don't just look to drop one project or just hit one goal out of the park. It's like a conveyor belt. You know what I mean? While everybody's celebrating this project, you mentally are already on developing the next project. So I figured you guys had something in the works, man, and those sound like some excellent projects, man.
You know what? There are 17 projects that I'm going to release under my name, but it's not me singing all of the songs. There's 17 projects that hopefully you'll hear more about, and the compilation project that'll lead it is called 17 from 17. So it'll be 17 singles off of each project. But I do want to say, as far as Charisma Radio, those 3 stations, the due date to launch is May 8th. So be looking out for Charisma Radio. It is talk free. You're going to hear just music. And I'm just excited about it, man.
Wow. So how can they find out more information on those stations or when it's actually dropping? And
I wasn't going to post anything until after tonight after this weekend, because I want it to be about Rich right now. I've taken a back seat for people who would not even believe I didn't do something so it would not clash with what they're doing. Not that I'm such a heavyweight, but it'll be on my page starting Sunday, Monday, if not Sunday, about Charisma Radio. Gonna start doing us, gonna swell it, man. So you'll hear about it, man.
Man, movers and shakers, man. Greg, what you think about these cats that we got on, man?
Hey, man, this is purposeful inspiration. You feel me?
Man, and please thank God for Dope Living TV. Greg, man, you are doing such an amazing job, man. Talk about Dope Living, man.
Man, listen, hey, Greg go first, man. Listen, this dude
I don't know why
is
his button, his shirt way down there like Teddy Pendergrass. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Man, I didn't stand up. The bottom is tied up in the middle too.
Dope Living TV, information, man. Let them know a little bit about it, man.
It's dope.
That's it.
Man, I don't like talking about myself.
I know. Listen, let me set you up, Greg. Listen, Greg is gonna be modest because I'm modest too, believe it or not. Greg is, man, this dude right here is magnificent, man, when it comes to creativity. Before this COVID hit, he was churning out original programming, right? And he was the shooter, editing, running crews and things like this. But his channel, man, is so unique. It inspired me to create my original programs and get it out the head. Make up your mind. That whole song. That's why I really like that one. Making the decision to get out and produce my own. So I'm sitting back watching him because it's not a lot of times I have the opportunity to sit back and watch somebody else dance. And this dude right here, he said earlier that we would talk at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. See, that's the time for the creatives, the editors. So in the daytime, this dude is just shooting and shooting and shooting, you know, getting the stuff in. Then you have to turn around and stare at that computer for hours just to create this little short 20-minute, 30-minute piece. And he got shows lined up, man, on Dope Living TV. Y'all got to check it out, man. But then this COVID came and kind of put a halt to everybody's production. But we talk a lot offline, and as soon as this stuff clear out, man, we're gonna be dropping them like fries, like some fries, man. It's gonna be hot, man. But this dude, he hard worker, man, hard worker. And I told you, everybody in this box right here, man. That's
enough about Greg. Let's talk about Ben Cherry, okay?
Hey,
let me tell y'all about Ben. Let me tell y'all about Ben. So when I met Ben was 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, getting ready to graduate high school. We were doing the 925 music video show from Harvey, Illinois, and it was actually we were in Chicago doing it, but our base was Harvey, Illinois. Ben walked in with his family, and Ben just said, "Hey man, can I go back there?" I said, "Cool." I ain't seen him since. All right, so it's like he learned everything. Okay, you know, and from that point, he became like the core, the glue that held us together. Okay, because there were a lot of I'm not even gonna bring it up, but Ben became the glue that held us together. Okay, he was funny, but he knew what he was doing. Okay, he would make sure, Greg, you cool with this? Greg, you didn't do this artist right. Okay, Greg, you ain't say the right things. Okay, Greg, you did a good job. Okay, needed all those affirmations. Okay, because I wasn't getting them. I thought I was the man all the way through, but Ben kept me grounded. Okay, I love you, brother.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Listen, man. Listen, we are some great gentlemen, some stand-up men with visions that can only be given by the source of intelligence, and that's our God, man. And we're some grounded individuals. And my encouragement to all of us is this: it's accept the message and the vision that God gives us, and boldly go forward. Go after it. Go for everything, not just a piece of the vision. Go for it all. And imagine you writing out the greatest plan on paper, and then you pushing that paper to God, and He looks at it and pushes it back to you and say, "Nope, think bigger." Be bold about it, man. This is just the tip of the iceberg on you guys' projects, man, and I see many more projects coming out of it. Go for the fences. Go for the fences. You got support. You got love, man. Hey, and if you think that you have no friends, man, look right in that monitor. You got 3 looking back at you. And sometimes that's all you need. You don't need no big circle of people to root you on. You got 3 right now looking back at you who got your back. That's telling you to go forward.
Facts.
Man, I thank you, man. First, I just want to say you look really, really good in that red tonight. Hey, listen, man, hey, you got it, man. You got it.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
How we
real, y'all.
Can we stand up? Can you play one of the songs and all of us dance? Man, it would be my dream if all of us would stand up and dance and then you.
No,
hey, Rich.
What up?
Greg and Ben, y'all sure y'all want me to stand up?
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Don't get it off the
Keep
keyboard.
us halfway up.
That'll be for the next CD.
But man,
hey, what's the last song? What song we gonna leave them with, Greg?
Well, there's a lot of songs. I just figured we play the promo, and it has a lot of snippets on there.
Sounds good.
The promo that we started with, let's end it with the same.
Hey man, love you guys, man. Let's rock out with it.
Hey, love you. Listen, we after this we're gonna meet at. We meet at Bar Louie. Oh, you can't say that. I'm sorry.
Let's just listen. After this is off, everybody just
his phone number.
Everybody just stay right where you're at. Once everything is off, I'm going to log off, and you guys will still be on. We call it on Dope Living TV. We call that the after party. Okay, so you guys just stay where you at. Let me put these up here real quick. Jocelyn R.B. Kelly says, "Hey, I love you guys." Daryl Gregg says, "Yo, that's out of Rockville, Illinois." James Browning, great listening to you all. Appreciate the live stream. Okay, we appreciate every single person for tuning in today. Okay, it made my day, and I'm quite sure it made Richard's today. You go to audioart.media, pick it up. We're going to close out with the same thing that we started with. Okay, listen, select, do what you do, and we'll see you guys later. All right, peace.
It's possible.
Anything is possible.
It's possible, man. Sky's the limit.
It's possible.
Even though I'm sick, I go anyway, you. To knock down you, but to get back up you. All I'm trying to say is I want to meet the awesome you.
Be awesome.
You know you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, you.
Be awesome.
Love beareth all things, believes all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things.
How we gonna change the world? How we gonna change where the babies?
Love's the answer.
How we gonna make?
He says, I can't deny, I want to die. I can't lie, so preacher, tell me why I shouldn't want to die.
Okay, Mr. Jones, whoever you may be, to not live is to disrespect and reject the whole reason Christ came. He said, I came that you might have life and have that more abundantly.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be separate, saith the Lord. The problem is separate never meant above, better than, or condescending.
Thank you. I've got to testify. I'm grateful. I've got to testify. You're faithful. I've got to testify. More than able. I've got to testify.